Today I want to talk to you about being conversational. Why is it so popular? And why is it so hard to do?
Every moment is a teachable moment.
Okay, so about 80 to 90% of the time, I bet you get audition specs that ask for the conversational read, like you're talking to a friend. Why is that conversational read so important? Well, for one, conversational means that you're engaged in a conversation. And usually our conversations happen between one person and another person. And so because we are talking person to person, friend to friend, it becomes a very natural and non-announcery type of a sell, because a lot of times we are selling a product when we're being asked to be conversational. And so it's a whole lot more convincing to ask your friend for a product that they recommend versus having someone command authoritatively and announce that this is the product that you should buy. That's where it becomes very popular, a very popular casting spec, because it actually sells. How is it that we're going to read or voice this copy effectively and conversationally? Because it's difficult, number one, because those words are not yours. I'm talking to you right now off the cuff, conversationally. I've got the words kind of up here in my head. I know what I'm going to say, and it just comes out conversationally. I'm not reading words. And a lot of times when you read words, you're processing those words from left to right, and you're sounding them out, and you're not necessarily understanding where the words are going or what the context is saying if you immediately just start to read copy. It's important that when you want to sound conversational, that you understand what the story is that you're telling. Because how can we be good storytellers if we don't know what that story is? Make sure that you're reading and analyzing your copy, and then I want you to actually pretend like you are having a conversation with the person that is on the other side of the mic, because that's going to help bring those words more naturally and more conversationally, or they'll appear to sound more conversational because it will be like you're having an actual conversation. It's important for you to understand, number one, what is that story that you're telling? Who are you in regards to being the voiceover person that's telling the story? Are you the salesperson? Are you the friend that's talking to another friend? Who are you? Have a good idea as to who you are while you're representing that brand. And then really understand, and I think this is more important than most people think, understand who it is that you're talking to, because those people or whoever it is that you're talking to has joys, they have frustrations, they have pain. And the more that you can empathize with them and understand them, the more natural and the more friendly and the more conversational you're going to be able to talk to them and to be able to present that product and sell that product to them. You want to avoid anything that sounds announcery. And that announcery sound has been kind of built into our ears for years, right? Listening to announcery sounding commercials, radio ads, whatever it is, listening to those promos for years where we have a melody in our ears already. And when we look at the words, we say, let's just apply that same melody that I hear all the time. Well, conversational is not something you hear all the time in commercials or in television. So you really have to do the extra work of understanding the story, understanding who you're speaking to, and then actually have a conversation. In between the sentences, I want you to think about, what is the listener on the other end doing? Are they answering you? Do they have a question? Are they smiling? Are they looking quizzically at you? Understanding that there is movement, there is a scene that's playing out between each sentence. So many times we go into the booth, we get it set up, we know who we're talking to, and we start conversationally. But as we move along, we kind of forget about that scene, and we forget that there's movement. And when a casting director or anybody that might be listening to that audition that you're doing, if you can showcase movement and a commitment to some sort of a scene that's playing out, that's very recognizable to the ears, especially of an experienced casting director. And that is going to get that audition heard, and also it will probably get that audition booked. Thanks so much, guys. If you want more performance tips, don't forget to check out my other videos here. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.